Hello, hello, and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless, true love timeline read. Like the new music, I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. I am a professional witch. I am a professional intuitive. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Productions, incorporated since 1998, 25 years in service at the time of this timeless recording. I'm the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version available. There's a link in the description box, and if you click it, you can preview it, check it out, and catch some of the prayers, practices, and principles that have kept me in business. It's broken down into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading, so you might find it of help. The original version, which is a color fiesta. It is a Fellini fiesta. Some of my subscribers get that over on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle Productions, my members only subscription platform that gives me lots of latitude as a mystical artist, a spiritual teacher, professional, intuitive, blah, 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 all of that stuff. And I love it. All of my subscribers get three things in common, no matter what level of subscription that they're on. They get the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They get the daily check-ins, an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every day, so they can chat with me, talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. My favorite way to start the day, and prepares me for everything else I have to do, and I really, really do love it. The third thing that they get is a significant discount on private sessions with me. We'll talk about all of this at the end of the video if you want to hang out for it, but just putting it out there. Patreon is one of the coolest things I have ever done in my entire career, and I've had a long one. So click the link, check it out, and I highly recommend it to my creative types out there. I know Gemini, third house self-expression, you certainly can be that. But for now, if you feel it, look at the menu, see if anything calls to you, and come play Tran on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey, Gems. Outrageous. Truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. Shall we? We'll do some explanation for the new Geminis and cross-watchers. Yeah, these are good for cross-watching these timeless true love reads. We'll explain as we go. We'll do some explanation, and then we'll get to the divination. So, this is essentially a 7-card spread, 6 of which are tarot cards, 3 from Daughters of the Moon, 3 from Mythic Tarot, the inner. The Mythic Tarot will be outer. We'll talk about it when we get there. All of the 12 signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, get that, but each one gets a wild card drawn from a wild deck, and you got the Matt Kahn healing mantra. Intuitively, I say, okay, what's the 7th card? They show me, it gets put there, and we're off and running. This is a general timeline read. So past, present, future, simple timeline, right? But showing the internal chakra energetic dynamics as well as the external, and then with, of course, in this case, a healing mantra to help you bring it together to fulfill your sacred contracts in your relationships. True love is not just romantic, please. My mother and I have a true love contract, relationship, whatever you want to call it. True love conquers all. True love heals all. True love breaks all curses, including all that past life stuff too. So, it's all about you, right? That's why Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Check your other signs. I would think particularly your Venus, right? Because you heal one a little bit, right? Heal one little contract or surf that particular timeline. You're helping all of your other relationships because you are the connective tissue, if you will, right? You're the common denominator in all of them. So you shift a little bit from lead to gold. Everyone else comes along with you, though it may not always look that way. So I guess that's enough explanation, don't you think? The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. Stay grounded, Geminis. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I will do my best to help you navigate the true love timeline, becoming the true love that we are all at our core, but bringing it out to the extremity and into the world, make this world a better place. Oh, all that life fulfillment and life mission stuff, right? Through your relationships. So let's do this. Let's get into the still point. I think I'm ready. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddess override. Using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East. Please, beloved goddesses, 3 cards face down. Heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic, internal, internal, goddess energy, feminine energy, creative intuition, second level of power, personal level of power for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers. Watching this video, drawn to this reading, what's going on? Where have they been, right? What are the past, however that may be, whether it's yesterday, 10 years ago, my goddesses of immutable air, that's where they've been. On the inner, where are they now? On the inner, in the True Love timeline, and where are they headed? Most probable outcome, right? They just do the best that they can where they are, right? And point of power is always in the present moment. But should they do their best? What's going on there? What's going on? Where do they end up, so to speak? Heart, their third eye, crown for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers in this timeless True Love timeline read. We're going to get the next 3 down so that we have the inner and the outer. We'll flip them over all at once. Please take a nice deep breath. All right, lower 3 chakras are a little bit trickier than the internal stuff. It's obvious. It's inside you. This is the outside world, the masculine energy, the yang dynamic. Lower 3 chakras are relationships in the physical world. Groups of people, tribes, right? Tribal stuff, root chakra, second chakra, one-on-one relationships to other people. They're not always romantic, sexual, these reads, just saying. But solar plexus, your relationship to yourself, right? The self-esteem and your boundaries and all that. So, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. God override. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, beloved gods of mutable air, 3 cards in clarity, face down, past, present, future, simple, true love timeline for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers who are watching this video, who were drawn to this reading. Please, where have they been in the timeless True Love timeline? Where have they been in the True Love timeline? Where are they now in the True Love timeline? Inside out, inside in, could be both at the same time, which makes it tricky. That's called mirroring. And where are they headed? Most probable outcome, at least in terms of where they are headed in this timeless True Love timeline read. I get to see first. Oh! Wow! Interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. All right. Pardon my French. Merde. This is a lot. Let's start in the past. Wow. I can't wait to see what the healing mantra is. You got a major arcana card on the inside. You got the Judgment card in traditional tarot. In this deck, it's called Celebration. Women circle dancing in the mountains or around a central point, and then what's revealed to you is that they are dancing on the belly of the Great Mother, right? If you look at it the right way, you just turn your head a little, you go, oh, right, there it is. So definitely the Judgment card, something in the past was revealed within, and maybe something worth celebrating, because on the outside you got the Ten of Cups. That is my true love card. The final union of Eros and Psyche. You can't get more romantic than that. I mean, Eros, the son of Aphrodite and Ares. I mean, Cupid, essentially, but the more grown-up, hot version, not the baby with diapers and we're not into it, right? And Psyche, his wife, in the Three of Cups, they get married, but they don't finally make it until the 10, until she goes through some stuff to get there. Talk about a true love journey. Look, I'm going to tell you. Psyche is also Greek for the word soul and butterfly, right? So there's definitely something that went on here, definitely a revelation on the inner that connected you to true love on the outer in some way, shape, or form, or at least your cups running over, Now, usually you would take that as a romantic signifier. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't in a general read. But certainly the alignment, when it's a major arcana card in a read like this, for me, it's all the chakras in that zone. So heart, throat, third eye, crown. There is not just alignment there. There's revelation. Something is revealed that allows you to make a final judgment on something. And a relationship definitely in the outside world with a lot of love. So, that could be family. Remember, this could be all sorts of different things. If that's you from the outside looking in, this could be you embodying the revelation of true love within yourself, which, if you think about it, is the all-knowing third eye and the all-loving heart united choice by choice, decision by decision. And you see things clearly. Now, where you are now, that's where you were. Where you are now, you've got a court card, Aries, cardinal fire. This would be the King of Wands in traditional Rider-Waite-based tarot. Here in the Daughters of the Moon, it's the Maiden of Flames, has the word Aries, A-R-I-E-S, on it. Calafia, the goddess of California, like indigenous California, an Amazon, essentially. But with another court card, the King of Cups, the Cancerian card. Orpheus with the harp, right? Brilliant bard. Couldn't follow directions for shit, though. So, got any planets in Cancer? Now, look, whether or not you have any planets in Aries is moot. If you do, have a look at your chart. See if there are transits going on at the time of this timeless recording. Because this is about the now. But, first house dynamic, Aries is about the self, the personality, the ego. If I was going to give this a chakra, I would definitely say throat chakra, right? But this is like a strong independent choice that you're making for yourself, or cardinal fire, creative fire. You might be chewing on something right before you're ready to actualize. And if this is you from the outside looking in, again, if you have planets in Cancer, have a look. Maybe you are dealing with somebody, right, who has a strong Cancerian vibe. I think saying that they're only Cancerian sun signs is a bit of a stretch, because not everybody knows their rising sign and, all that. But certainly an emotional maturity here, a sensitivity and empathy, which would make sense coming from a place of the Ten of Cups, and that might be mirroring. If you are in a relationship with somebody, there is definitely an empathic emotional bond here, a psychic connection, or whatever you want to call it. But I am going to say, look at me, crossing my second chakra, the chakra of water. If the root chakra, the base chakra is earth, the next one up is water, solar plexus fire, and heart air. I know it doesn't always make sense that way, but it is. Then we are looking at some really cardinal fire, Aries, on the inner, and cardinal water, Cancer, on the outer. That absolutely could be somebody, but there might be some mirroring there, but it feels like the selfish part. Now, immediately you jump to the shadow, right? Didn't you? Selfish. Self-care, self-love, self-compassion, self-healing. All of that is on the table there as well, but which way do you want to point that cardinal fire, that rammy energy? Because where you're going, one of my favorite cards in the Daughters of the Moon is the Three of Pentacles. Aruru, Aruru, the clay woman, takes a bunch of dirt, sifts out the dirt and the sand, finds the clay, refines it, sculpts it, and that's where she's at this point, the Three of Pentacles. She took the dirt beneath her feet. Now she's got this medium, if you will. I'm not a medium, I'm a large and a rare. Kind of molding the clay here on the inside. I would say, if we were going to give that a chakra, probably throat chakra again, even though it's earth, right? Earth on the inner is about wisdom that's been gained, so it's sort of like getting things together, building a solid foundation upon which new things can be built, because this is pre-kiln, K-I-L-N, if you want to look at it that way, pre-oven. In other words, it hasn't been baked yet, right? It's still cookie dough, it ain't cookie yet, right? So it's a wonderful thing, and definitely shows progress and creativity from within for sure, with the Ace of Wands, Zeus offering the quest, is putting out the call for the quest of the return of the golden fleece. Now, that is the most phallic card, the Ace of Wands, pretty much across the board, except in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. It's a feminist deck. It's the Ace of Flames. It's a different game. But same vibe, right? So there is something initiated here. There is look at me, crossing my solar plexus now. It's like, definitely, it's going to take some power to do this. But you can take your time as well to have that solid internal creative foundation coming from this. This feels really good. I mean, you start with true love, but, that's not the end of the story. In fact, we have we have the end of an emotional story here, whatever happened here in the past. Again, this doesn't necessarily scream romance to me. It's that general of a read. But then going through this creative process in the present moment, cardinal fire, creative fire on the inner, creative water, Cancer on the outer, right? Aries, Cancer vibe there. And then to the most probable outcome is that there's still going to be in the future that internal molding and sculpting, but probably inspired, very solar plexus, feels very much I've got this, like self-confidence, self-esteem as a verb, taking the inspiration and saying yes. Now there's going to be the Two of Wands after that, right? Little choices that you're going to have to make along the way, but with the Three of Pentacles, it's a nice foundation to begin to then apply the heat that would take that Three of Pentacles into the Four, something more stable and baked. If you want to play it that way. So, interesting. I mean, let's see what the mantra is. Now, I get why the guides were like, Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, because I think air signs have a better time with affirmations and mantras and stuff like that, Sanskrit, other languages, whatever, even toning and oming and, all that stuff, the throat chakra aspect of it all. But I have Venus and Libra, so, all the air signs have access to that, but, they work if you work them. So let's see what Mr. Kahn, the Ascended Masters of True Love have to say via the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Last card down. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Master override. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of True Love. Please, beloved ones. One card in clarity for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. We're watching this video and drawn to this reading. What is the perfect healing mantra to help them navigate the path of true love in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest ways, and fulfillment of their sacred contracts in a plan better than anything that any of us can imagine or conceive in this timeless true love. There you are, timeline. Read. That one had to go around a few times. Okay, acknowledging apprehension. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. If I'm unsure, it's always a no. And I always put in that at the end in parentheses, for now. Like sometimes you need a cookie, sometimes you need a nap, sometimes you need a shower, right? You gotta get ready if you stay ready, but still, when it's a yes, nothing can stop me. If I'm unsure, it's always a no. So look, I can see lots of scenarios here, particularly romantic, and I'll tell you why. Because, come on, it's Eros and Psyche here. There was definitely a relationship in the past here, physical relationship with at least one person, more romantically, but you do you, hey. Poly it up, Pollyanna, you do you. But then something was really revealed here. A final judgment was made inside of you. Now, depending on what you did as a result, it has brought you to where you are now with emotional maturity, right? Absolutely. Maybe there's even some, as a Gemini, putting some of your feelings into words as a bard. I mean, really, look up Orpheus. He had his own mystery school. But fired by the sense of self that could be a very, very healthy thing, depending on, the choices that you make. I would say definitely throat chakra there, so that there is this new quest that comes in. Now, if this did not go well in the past, even though your cups were overflowing, this could be a reboot or at least a new call to action. You can't imagine all the factions that form around high-ticket attractions. New Pornographers, best band ever. So I'm going to read you acknowledging apprehension. I live by this, right? Seriously, even sometimes down to, well, do I do that or I do that first? I'm like, well, if it's a yes, nothing can stop me. But if I'm unsure, it's always a no for now. So acknowledging apprehension. When apprehension is acknowledged, you become aware of a constant back and forth between polarities. As this back and forth movement occurs, it can feel nearly impossible to make decisive, empowering choices. Throat chakra, right where you are right now with that Aries card. Only you can make these choices. That's called free will. As you acknowledge any apprehension, first you have to acknowledge that you're feeling apprehensive, right? So that's part of the challenge, just acknowledging, right? I don't know. As you acknowledge any apprehension, recognize that it's either your heart trying to warn you of an old choice or pattern you're about to repeat, and I learned that feeling, or it is a sense of unworthiness that makes you unsure how to step onto the biggest stage you dream of commanding. And it is sometimes a subtle difference because it feels like fear both ways, but if you really acknowledge it, it will come clear which one it is, right? The more the power... sorry, I lost my place. I'm not shocked. Or repeat a sense of unworthiness that makes you unsure about how to step onto the biggest stage you dream of commanding. The power of discernment bubbles closer to the surface the more often your apprehensions are acknowledged, and it is needed to determine which of these two options is true, right? So is it fear of like, oh no, am I about to repeat as a pattern? Am I going to frickin' do this again? Which I could see, like totally in the present moment, if this is a comeback read. Or, you know, there was true love there. Maybe it's something like from years ago and they come back, right? But this feels like what you're doing right now. The point of power is always in the present moment. Acknowledge your apprehension about all of this, because it could be, here's the new quest, right? The biggest stage you dream of commanding. That's pretty cool. This mantra is ideal for resolving indecisiveness, balancing impulsive behaviors, Aries vibe, and trusting your instincts. And your instincts are very much in the physical body, air signs, right? It's like that fight or flight thing. If your body's telling you, acknowledge it. You don't have to tell everybody on the internet. You really don't. You just got to say, all right, let me pull back. Let me chew on this for a while. Instead of swallowing it, repressing it, or spitting it out and regretting it later, you have the opportunity to really acknowledge what's bubbling to the surface here for you. That's brilliant. All right, so we're going to do what we do in every single reading, a blessimation. We're just going to bless it. Because every time you bless something, the blessing's going to come through your energy field and your nervous system and out into the world. So the more you bless, the more you have to bless, the more blessed you are, blah, blah, blah. Shall we? Then we'll talk about stuff at the end if you want to. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. It's a good read. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to traverse and navigate the true love timeline. Because in the past there was definitely something came together on the inner and something was revealed, and true love very well may have been revealed in whatever way, shape, or form that manifested in a general read. And where they are right now, they certainly got a lot of willpower, but they are dealing with the personality, their ego, which the ego is not the enemy, but certainly it's out for its own survival, no matter what, and the soul does not see things that way, so that for them to chew on this and certainly acknowledging apprehension in this present moment, really tuning into their instincts, their intuition, lower 3 chakra survival intuition will really bring them step by step through that of whether or not to leap or pull back. And may they be blessed with what they need so that they can embrace their internal wisdom and creativity that they've already gathered with that 3 of Pentacles, that molding of the clay inside of them, so that when the call comes, the call to the hero's journey of the next adventure, the next chapter in the novel, the next scene in the movie, the next track on the album, the next clause in the contract, that they are able to acknowledge their apprehension and know when to say yes and when to say no, because if it's a yes, nothing can stop them. But if they're unsure, it's always a no for now. That they may be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest version of themselves in the true love timeline of this lifetime, for the well-being of all. and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. Oh, the new Janet Grace music. I listen to it so much at the moment that third knock happens and starts playing. Oh. So cool. Did you like it? Do you like the music? Hit the thumbs up. If you like the reading, hit the thumbs up. Helps other people find the reading. You want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe. Hit the notification bell and comment. I do love a good comment section, because all that stuff does is just going to help other Geminis find this, right? And they'll be able to acknowledge some apprehension, which would make this world a much less tense place for sure for all of us. But over on Patreon, we don't have those. You don't have to do any of that. Right? You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything on that level, from a $3 Seeker to a $20 God Goddess, USD, United States dollars, getting 3 things in common regardless of anywhere in between. The daily check-ins, which I love. They're my favorite things right now. The extended reads, all the part 2s to the part 1s on YouTube, and they're juggernauts. They're all relationship based too. They're all like soul contract, twin flame, true love stuff. Yeah, it's all on there. As long as they remain subscribers, they get it all in past, present, future, and they also get a significant discount on private sessions with me, and let's talk about that. But really, Patreon is the gig. Go check it out for yourself too as a creator, because it's quite amazing. But booking private sessions with Mal is the new video that has replaced booking a reading with Mal, because I also do spiritual counseling and have been. I even brought back the half hour of power on there. All of my subscribers get a discount because I raised my prices for our 25th anniversary, May 1st, 2023 on Beltane. So yeah, $3 Seeker, first level, gets the exact same discount as God Goddess top tier for $20 a month subscription, and yeah, it feels holographic. It feels really, really good that way. So there is a video. Go check it out. And I might, should I ever return to hands-on healing work, that is covered in that video. And I can't believe I got it under like 11 minutes. It's amazing that I was able to do all that. But that's my gig, and I love what I do. And certainly true love is a really important part to me. For me, it's true love or not at all. But it's a journey for all of us, right? So just remember, you are the common denominator. You heal you. You do you. You acknowledge your apprehension, and it looks like you'll be fine, because whatever may have wrapped up before might be starting up again, or maybe different person, place, and things on the table. Cool. So thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all the very best and the very, very blessed. Navigating the timeless true love timelines of it all. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.